So, back to another video. This is going to be a video about concepts of Angry Birds Classic on my two most favorite episodes. Those are Red Smiley Feathers and Short Fuse. Yep, those are my two most favorite episodes. Those concepts of those two episodes are found in Jessica Sandel's portfolio. I hope I said the name correct. Anyways, without talking too much, let's start the video. Jessica Sandel was the lead of UX and art direction of Angry Birds Classic for 3 years. She also worked on others like Unity Muse Lab, The Walking Dead, and Hatch Kids. But that's not the case. She posted some images of the concepts of Red Smiley Feathers and Short Fuse on her portfolio, which contains interesting stuff. Let's take a deep dive on those images. At the first image, you can see it's just an image of Professor Pig making a green juice? This image is not pretty interesting. But however, you can see that it is using the early orange and pink potions. They also appeared in the files but unused. The green potion is already used in this level. And you can see sort of a weird looking green egg inside a capsule. Wondering Professor Pig is smart or not? Well, it didn't match. That's cool. But this image is not that interesting. Moving on to second image. I already showed that image in the post, but I'll show you again, with some description. The first part are the piggies for Short Fuse, which is not that interesting. But the second part is pretty interesting. It shows how the scrapped black potion works. Scrapped because the black potion was planned in Short Fuse but cancelled for some reason. You can see that the black potion explodes and turns the pig into a chard and then into some ash. Well, it's not like how it explodes that immediately pops a pig. But however, the black potion wasn't going to be like that, as because in the files on one of the Angry Birds Classic versions, I forgot what it is, it has a skull face. Wow. Still unused, but finalized. This is really interesting. I hope we will get the image on how the red, green, yellow, and white potion works. We only know the red one. I think it turns the pigs into reds, and the reds also give some special effects. Those are puffed up, splitting up, and bubble. Fun fact, these two sprites are leftovers in Rovio Classic's Angry Birds. Moving on to the third image. The third image has a lot of things to explain. Let's take a dive on this. The first, second, and third image are piggies wearing the unused headgears. Minion Pig is the unused alternate mining helmet, Corporal Pig is the unused upgraded helmet, and Foreman Pig is the unused knight armor. These three are probably for Red Smiley Feathers Part 3, as the mining helmet is in the file that is the part of Red Smiley Feathers Part 3, so maybe these two are planned for the same thing. Fourth and fifth shows Red getting dried up a bit and getting wet. These are for Red Smiley Feathers Part 3 as well, as because it's in the files as a part of the Red Smiley Feathers Part 3, but the dried one isn't in the file, so that's interesting. Sixth one shows the Minion Pig as a scuba diver with an oxygen tank. Again, part of Red Smiley Feathers Part 3. 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th are just electrocuted sprites for Short Fuse, which are used, so not interesting. 11th and 12th is a Shockwave Bomb power-up icon and Mighty Feather Spread doing an ability. Nothing interesting. 13th one shows early Mighty Feathers Red. Well, if you don't know, his feathers were originally going to be at the top of his head as a mohawk, instead of circling through red. Speaking of that, there's an early Red Smiley Feathers cutscene. No, not this one. It's this, found in the Windows Phone version, in which this version of cutscene went completely unused. However, there is an error here. His chest is white instead of light brownish type, just like this has. 14th and 15th are level selection sprites for short fuse, but here Blue Jay is present, but in the game he's absent. That's strange. The last one is very interesting. Just like Red had his own episode at Bomb as well, Chuck was also going to have his own episode, but it is themed around Kung Fu and ninjas. This is really cool. But sadly, this idea was scrapped for no reason. I would love to see that in action, but it's Rovio, their decision. Okay, the third image is finished. Now let's move on to the fourth one. The fourth one is basically Short Fuse and Red Smiley Feathers objects, but 3 of them didn't want used. A lever, a chain boulder, and the most well-known telescopic arms bubbles machine. When a bird pushed the lever, a certain action takes place. I think it's how it functions. Chain boulder is, well, boulder on a chain. As well as the boulder looks a bit damaged. But the chains, I don't think there is a boulder on a chain. Telescopic arms bubbles machine is basically the early version of bubble machine right here. Now the fifth image, which is just a background image, and it is named as Golden Fields. It is not used in Angry Birds Classic, but used in a cancelled Flash game, Bad Piggy's Build. Right here. Along with this one also, which is named as Your Forest. We also have this image, the sixth image right here, which is just a background design with piggies. And lastly, the seventh image is the web shop design. Probably for either the developer editing the level, or it's just a thing for Bad Piggy's Build. That's all the images. And that's about it. Really interesting stuff, not gonna lie. Anyways, this is all about Jessica's portfolio. What is your opinion on those images? Comment down below. Like, subscribe, press the bell for more videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Adios.